Hi guys! Today I'll be answering some questions that you guys have left for me for my sharing the love video, and I have announced the giveaway for that video, so do check your YouTube inbox or do check my Facebook for the winners. Now onto the questions. I've chosen 20 questions from the YouTube and Facebook giveaway posts, and we'll get started with the first question. The first one is asked by Rosie Rose 5. What's your favorite mascara? My favorite mascara is this Maybelline The Falsies mascara, and I normally get mine in waterproof because most mascaras will smudge on me, so the waterproof version smudges the least on me. And also the one I'm using now is the Volume Express one, but I do also love the one that's blue. I think it's the normal one in the Falsies line. So this is my favorite mascara. La la la. Question 2. Where are the places you most buy your makeup from? And it's asked by Chicas LG. The place where I buy most of my makeup from is from online, so stores such as eBay and strawberry.net is the most places I buy my makeup from. And if you saw my strawberry.net's discount amount, you'll know I buy a lot of stuff from there because it's pretty high now. Apparently, if you buy, the more you buy at strawberry.net, the more discount you gain, and my discount is pretty high. I think it's around 7% already, so it's pretty bad for me. So online is the place where I buy most of my makeup from. Question 3. What got you into makeup? And it's asked by Spread the Epicalness. For me, the thing that got me into makeup is YouTube videos, and I think for most of you guys will be the same. I started watching YouTube videos around like makeup types around since I'm 21, so when I'm in uni, and I just started from there, and that's when I really actually started wearing makeup as well. Question 4. Who is your inspiration? And this is asked by Awesome GNO1. My inspiration, like a lot of you guys, is from YouTube, and like YouTubers like Bub's Beauty. She's one of the, I don't know, most inspiring person I've ever seen. I classify her higher than any of the celebrities that's out there. She's just this really inspirational, attractive person. She's my inspiration. Question 5. A lot of people has been asking me this, so it's the question of what's your secret to your smooth face or skin? Is it more from skincare, food, lifestyle, or what? First of all, disclaimer, I don't have perfect skin. I have large pores and I suffer from dullness on my skin, and I suffer from acne too. So right now I have acne on both sides of my temples and also my chin, and my nose is my most porous area, so I don't have perfect skin. Saying that, I guess keep a balanced diet, eat food that your body is happy with. For me, I can't eat a lot of oily or deep fried food. If I do eat it, I have to eat it at most once a week, and that's all for me, and I feel immediately sick or a bit uncomfortable after that because I know my body's not that happy with it. And I'm not a big diet person, as you can see by my figure. I'm not into the whole diet, I don't know, losing weight, keeping your body in shape and stuff. I just eat food that my body is happy with and my skin is happy with too. So I like soupy stuff. As you guys know, I like noodles, soupy stuff. Food that are not too oily in particular, and I do like my savories. I'm not a sweet person. And also for skincare, I started doing facials, like DIY facials, since the age of around 15 or 14, so that's way before I started makeup, because I always believe that looking beautiful is from your natural skin. So if your natural skin or your bare face isn't holding up or isn't doing well, no matter how much makeup you put on, it's not going to look great. So I started looking after my skin since that age, and I guess just experiment. Most facials I do are DIY, so around a month ago I went to Lush. Yes, they opened up a Lush in Parramatta, so I went there and they let me try this blueberry mask they had. I forgot the name, but it has blueberry in it, and they tried it on my hand and it has a real nice effect. So what I did when I went home is I bought a packet of blueberries and I mashed it up and I put it in my DIY facial, and I'll link a video here of my DIY facial, and I just put it in there. So the mixture is bluish and I slather it on my face, and it's just like the facial you get from the shops, but you can do it at home. It's much more fresh. Each time I do it, I make a new one, so it's much better for the skin. And so I promote DIY facials. And skincare wise, I guess everyone's different. Just try and error. I came from trial and error too. For lifestyle, I guess it's just to have a good habit. For example, wash your face before you sleep, wash it thoroughly. And also after you wake up, wash your face as well before makeup. And I don't know, wash your brushes frequently. I guess it's just habits that we have, hygiene habits and food habits that makes up the lifestyle part. Question 6, and I'm doing this because this is the Chinese hand signal for 6. And the question is, me growing up, I had a tough time with makeup issues, and I was wondering if your parents were okay with the use of makeup back then. I guess growing up, because I started makeup at the age of 21, so I was pretty much an adult already, and I think at first my dad wasn't used to it. He will look at me and go, it looks different. And I know my dad, when he says that, he means it in a good way, but he doesn't feel comfortable like that. But I guess growing up, my parents didn't have that much of an issue with my makeup because I didn't wear any, obviously. But I did do a lot to my hair. Since the age of, let's see, 15, I started dyeing my hair, and also bleaching my hair as well, like home bleaching, which is really bad for the hair. My hair, like, at one stage was really close to blonde. It was a orange-ish, close to blonde, and I think that's when I met James. So he's like, let's stop with this. And from then on, so about 16, I stopped dyeing my hair like fully because James is like, it's a bad look on you. And that's how I got my black hair now, and everything's black. But I did dye it again like 2 months ago and dyed it brown. Didn't turn out good, so I guess the next time I'm going to do it is at the hairdressers. Hi guys, I just found some photos of when I had lighter hair, and as you can see by this one, it's probably not the lightest I went, but it's pretty close. Most photos I had from then are lost because the hard drive is broken and we didn't have any way of recovering it. And this one is also a bit lighter too, so it's like orangish brown, and this one's definitely lighter, and I think I went lighter than this. Apparently, according to James, I was in the bronzy side where it was really unhealthy. My parents didn't care that much about my makeup because I didn't wear any, but I did a lot to my hair, and my parents, they didn't like the fact that my hair was blonde. And also I have a lot of ear piercings too. I have around, I think at most at 1.8 because whenever you get ear piercings you have to get 2 at a time because it's a pair, or else you waste money. So I was like, okay, just might as well put it on the other ear. But at most it's 8, and I just leave my hair down so my parents don't see it when I was younger. But I think my parents know. My mum will be like, oh, you have an extra one. And I go, yeah. And I'll pull my hair down more because so that they won't see it. But yeah, not much with makeup. And yes, I was kind of a rebel during high school. Question 7. Which country do you live in? And this is asked by Zoe Casual. I live in Australia. Question 8. What's your favorite YouTuber to watch and why? And this is asked by Just Jenny XX. My favorite YouTuber to watch comes back to the question before. I guess it was who's your inspiration? Is definitely Bob's Beauty, and also from my last favorites video is Etsy Button. I love watching her because she has such a cool personality, and I guess that's the 2 YouTubers that I really love watching. Question 9. If you could live anywhere in the world, where could it be? This is asked by MJ395. If I could live anywhere in the world, it might be Canada because it's very peaceful there. But there's so many other places that are nice and I want to live there. Like England, I'd love to live in England, even though it's like 90% of the time it's raining. But I think I'll enjoy the atmosphere there. Question 10. Where in the world have you been able to travel to, and where would you like to travel? I guess the places I have traveled to are pretty less. I'm not a big traveling person, so obviously Australia because I live here. I've went to Korea because when we went to China, our flight needs to stop at Korea for a night, so I went there. And China because I'm from China. Yeah, I guess that's the places I have been traveling to. And the places I would like to travel to are Canada, as mentioned above, America, Hong Kong for the shopping, Korea and Japan because the food there are really, really nice. And also the shopping's there great too. Question 11. Does your makeup routine change with each season? And this is asked by KY Jude. I guess no. I put on anything that I feel like putting on, and I have a really oily T-zone and normal skin everywhere else. So my skin doesn't change that much during the year. Although before I did have dry patches on my face, but I guess in these few years it doesn't happen anymore, so I guess no. For example, people will say in winter it's good to wear a thick BB cream or moisturizing BB cream, but for this week, we're in winter right now, I just really enjoyed my Bare Minerals mineral makeup or my Laura Mercier mineral makeup as well, so I just put on anything that, you know, my skin is comfortable in. Question 12. If you could only go out the door with one makeup product, what would it be? This is asked by Barry Adorable. One product would be definitely my concealer, because a concealer can do so much. It could be obviously for concealing and also for overall complexion evening out. So I guess concealer. Question 13 is asked by Break Cards. When did you start wearing makeup? I guess I've answered this before. Since the age of 21, I've actually started wearing full face makeup. Before that, I was just really focused on skincare. Question 14. Do you ever think of going blonde or just having a lighter shade of hair? It's asked by Shara Jones. As I answered before, yes, my hair was close to blonde, like orange-ish, and it's pretty hard to think that this black hair turned into orange-ish, close to blonde. But yes, I was close to there, and James stopped the process because it was not good for my hair. And I'm thinking of going to a lighter color again recently because I'm just getting bored of this black or brown that I've recently dyed. But yeah, I'm thinking again. Question 15. What's your #1 beauty secret? And it had the face like dot and a circle here. My #1 beauty secret is definitely sunscreen. Since the age of around 14 or 15, I've started wearing sunscreen, and it has to be SPF 30+. Coming up very close is my DIY facials, and that's honey milk lemon and oatmeal now, and you can add anything else to it to make it, you know, more nutritious for the skin, like blueberry, strawberry, peach, you name it, you can put it in. Question 16. I believe this question is asking what's my concept of beauty. My concept of beauty really comes from the heart, and it's not anything superficial that you put on your face or skin deep. I believe that attributes that make you beautiful are caring, loving, and just doing small things like listening to someone when they're having a problem, or giving someone a hug when they're in need of a hug, like when they're going through a hard time. Caring for small animals. I really dig, or I really find people beautiful when they care for animals, because animals don't have a voice, and you know, you caring for them will give them a voice and just make their lives and your life so much more beautiful and so much more meaningful, complete. For me, it's those positive attributes that make one beautiful. Question 17 here is a repeat question, but I remember someone asking me on Facebook and YouTube whether I had a makeup mishap. For me, it wasn't much of a makeup mishap, it's much of a midterm mishap, because during the age of, I think around 14 or 15, you know, my troublesome ages, I did my eyebrows, like I plucked them, and I plucked them to a really, really bad shape, like it was here and then it went down immediately. It was the ugliest thing ever. I don't know why I did it like that. I guess YouTube wasn't around to help me. And so I had that for as long as my eyebrows, you know, grew back. So I had that really ugly shape, and with that shape I think we had a family holiday to Queensland, and my dad took heaps of photos with me and my ugly eyebrows, and I guess that's one of my biggest beauty or face mishaps. Question 18. Do you prefer BB cream or tinted moisturizer? I prefer BB creams definitely, because it has more attributes to the skin, and most moisturizers I use are too oily for me, so BB cream definitely. Question 19. What's your favorite makeup brand or brushes? I don't have a specific brand. I have brands that I favorite for particular things. Like for Maybelline and L'Oreal, I like their eyeshadows, like infallible eyeshadows or color tattoos. I really enjoy them. And also for Urban Decay, their eyeshadows is also really good. For my skin is BB creams like Ligia, Holika, and also mineral makeup such as Bare Essentials or Laura Mercier. It's also very nice for my skin. So I don't have one in particular. I always do my research whenever I want to buy one product, and it doesn't really come down to the brand. It comes down to the reviews and what people say about it. For brushes, everything is kept in here. They're all my personal use brushes, and I've taken an Instagram photo of this asking you guys whether anyone store their brushes like this, and I'll link a photo now. And everything is stored like this inside. So as you can see, I have a lot of different brand favorite brushes. For example, I have these Sigma synthetic fiber brushes that I really like, and I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 of them. I also really enjoy my Nude by Nature brush, my Prestige brush, Prestige mineral loving brush, and this is coming up like as one of my favorites, and this is the Real Techniques brush. Looks like this, and it's extremely soft. It's even softer than like the Sigma ones, so I really like this. My Bubby brushes, which are a must for me. This is the travel one. My eye brushes, this is the Bubby Fluff brush. I also really love my Eco Tools brushes. This is one of their blush brush, and this is by Alicia Silverstone. Blush brush. And also, I really like these little brushes. This one is just from the Korean store. I'm not sure of the brand, but it's extremely soft as well, and it's great for blushes. And this is from EQ, and it's really soft as well. So for brushes, as you can see, I have a big variety as well, and I'm not a one brand person. Last question. This is actually a really special one, and this is from Facebook, and this is also the winner of the Facebook giveaway. I didn't choose this winner due to the question she asked. It just came up on the random generator, and I read her question and I thought, this is such a brilliant question. So the question is, if happiness was the world currency, what kind of work would personally make you rich? For me, if I lived in that world, which I think would be a very beautiful world, is I'll teach people how to see positivity in everything around them, and also just be a positive person in general inside, because I believe positive is a big attribute to being happy, and being positive inside will definitely give us a much more fulfilling life, and therefore will give us inner happiness. And Yaya has joined the video, as you can see. So we've come to the end of the questions. If you have any additional questions, or I haven't answered your question, please leave them down below. And if you have any questions for Yaya, you can leave them down below too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and also like this video. And until next time, bye! Oh, Yaya wants to say bye too.